It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're gonna be talking about this underdog story. The story that is Carlo 221. A lot of you guys might know him as Cash Money J, and his road to winning 250. Not 250,000, but having the opportunity to win $200,000, I should say. Because look, whoever came out of PlayStation side, I don't think they're great. We'll see again in the finals. But Carlo basically already won $50,000. So we're going to be basically talking about that underdog story in this video today. Now, before we dive any further into it, if you're new to the channel, man, make sure to smash that subscribe button as we're on the road towards 110,000 subscribers. So here's the deal, guys. A lot of the qualifiers got banned, okay? And so what did this leave us with? Well, it basically left us with a tournament in which I had heard of 2 out of the 16 people on Xbox. Carlo and the guy he matched up was M-Nose, okay? Those are the 2 guys I personally had heard about that played in the 250K tournament. Carlo is a guy that came about, I don't know when he started streaming. I want to say 2 to 3 years ago is when he started streaming. And, you know, he's funny, man. You go in his chat, he's always pretty happy. I mean, he gets the most trolls in his comments. But he's always super, super happy. And he's a funny streamer. Like, I like being in Carlo's streams because they're entertaining. I had kind of a fake beef with Carlo because he's the type of guy on Players Lounge to wait 8 minutes before readying up. Like, he's just like a natural troll. But, you know, deep down he means well, and deep down, like, he's a good kid, a good guy. So, like, I mean, back in the day when Carlo first started playing, he was not great at MyTEAM, okay? And I don't want to sit here and say he was horrible, but he was not great. You know, from the likes of DBG beating Carlo this year, from the likes of Splash beating him by 100, TJ beating him by 100, me beating him by 100. I mean, yes, he would troll, but I mean, he never really beat any of the top guys. And here's just a short little clip to illustrate what I'm talking about. Carlo lost by 100. Now, I do believe this was against TJ, but even look at his overall record overall. I think this is an unlimited. It's a 2-to-1 win ratio, which is solid, but it's nothing crazy. And again, Carlo literally lost by 100 points. Like, look at this. You can't make this up. And that underdog story, turning into 250K, or the chance at $200,000, is absolutely insane. He didn't just qualify, guys. He won 4 games yesterday, and we'll go through them, and came out of the Xbox side. So if there is any good thing about us getting banned from the tourney, it's the fact that Carlo won 250. Like, I'm happy for him, man. I mean, I would have probably been really salty if anybody else but Carlo would have won it. But Carlo is good for the community, man. The community loves Carlo, and it just made for a good day yesterday. Now, don't get me started. The MyTEAM Unlimited tourney is still a disaster, and, you know, obviously in the future, it will be different. But Carlo has this year, man. He has this year to make the most of it, to make $200,000. And, you know, a guy that always has the best squad in the game and never buys MT. And he hardly ever spends on packs either. He snipes, he plays up the game a ton. And, you know, credit to him, man. Credit to him. Hey, for a lot of you guys that supported 2K with your bans, or with their bans, I mean, Carlo is your picture-perfect winner. He really is. I mean, he doesn't spend a ton on packs. Now, let's go through Carlo's road a little bit. Now, I wasn't in it the whole time, but his squad obviously is really, really great. I mean, look at this Magic Johnson he has at the point guard position. His Magic Johnson has 55 Hall of Fame badges. So, I mean, the one thing about Carlo is you can't say he's not a grinder. I mean, his team was in the very best position possible. I mean, and he grinded a lot for this. I mean, he really did. Say whatever you want about Carlo, but he grinded a lot and worked a lot for it. So, first matchup, I mean, so was trolling saying it was him. I'm pretty sure it's a random because this was again, I'm not going to take away anything from Carlo, but Carlo was really nervous in this game, man. Like, this is a guy Carlo would normally probably, I'm not going to say for sure, but normally would probably beat by a decent amount. And in this game, I mean, I just felt like he was really nervous. And Carlo's playstyle is one that's interesting, right? I mean, because he just gets here and he calls a bunch of back cuts. Like, that's what he does. Like, what am I watching here? Like, what are we watching? Obviously, he was a little nervous in game 1, but he calls a bunch of back cuts, mashes, And then if he gets an open three, he'll probably green it, right? That's what Carlo does. That's how he plays. Now, again, does that work? Well, I honestly feel like it works more in 250 than any other setting, because in 250, the average person is going to have a little nerves to him. And so as long as you just get dunk after dunk after dunk, I mean, you're probably going to be just fine. Now, again, Carlo playing great defense. You guys are seeing, I mean, got a couple of blocks there, and now he's got team takeover. You know, it was just a tie game. Now he's got team takeover. The average person would get the ball to Magic Johnson realizing he has play badge. Carlo doesn't care really too much about that. Carlo's going to back him down once again, call a back cut, and see what he can do. Post spinning his way in a 5-out setting. But again, Carlo, game one here, he was nervous to start the game. But you guys are seeing kind of extended the lead here in this second half. It's now only a 6-point game. 6-point game, still 4-point game, 6-point game. And I mean, it just kind of went back and forth the entire game, right? This was probably Carlo's biggest, I don't want to say biggest challenge, because his last game was definitely a challenge, but this game was definitely a challenge for Carlo. I mean, it was not easy, especially down the stretch. It was kind of a tough little run here. But again, Carlo made the plays necessary, right? I mean, you guys can watch this possession as much as you want, but he made the necessary plays. Like, it's just that simple. Somehow, he made the necessary plays. And even after that block, the opponent's Yao now has rim badge. Like, this, and T-Mac has sharp badge. This is a tough game to win if you're Carlo. I mean, and again, you're playing for $250,000, so you're going to be a little bit nervous. Like, it's that simple. You're going to be really nervous playing this game. And again, we'll see what Carlo does here, because honestly, I don't remember. Very, very interesting there on rim badge going up. But again, he didn't get blocked. The opponent missed a shot right there. He and Carlo knocked down some key free throws. Like, so now back to a 1-point game, and we'll see what Carlo does. Like, his opponent has rim badge. That's not easy to score on. Yeah, with rim badge is probably the biggest deterrent the game has ever seen. And again, I mean, 8 on the shot clock. There's no way he should score, right? A bailout to Kristaps Porzingis for a green. And again, only up 2, dribbles out the clock, secures his first win. So at this stage, Carlo's only, 3 wins away? Like, he's only 3 wins away from 250. And you guys are kind of seeing here, well, how it goes, right? Carlo he's hooping, man. He's hooping. I think this was game 2. I think this is an actual game 2. And just like that, Carlo crushed the guy in game 2. And he's on to 2 games away to winning a crazy, life-changing amount of money. And in game 3, another kind of blowout, right? I mean, another blowout. Beat him by 20. So say what you want about Carlo. And yeah, we have some forfeits in here, supposedly. Crazy. People, they allowed people in the tournament to forfeit. But Carlo didn't get any buys. I mean, he had to work his way to it. And then in the finals, he's down. Like, this is the crazy part about it, because Carlo doesn't play well from behind with his play style. He's down in the finals, and he found a way to make it happen. Like, he finds a way. Don't ask me how. I don't know how Carlo found a way. Like, even against his opponent having rim badge and sharp badge, Carlo found a way to fight and to not get rattled and somehow got it done, man. And it's crazy because look at his opponent. I mean, his opponent walking back right there for 3. And at this stage, I thought it was done. At this stage, I thought, Carlo, it's over. You're down 8 with 6 minutes left. At this stage, I really thought it was done for Carlo, man. A guy, I mean, he played decent enough, obviously, today. But obviously, you know, when he gets down, normally he struggles. And I just got to give credit to him because it's not easy. Like, he needed a bucket in the worst way right there. All the pressure's on him. And he greens a shot with LaMelo. Like, that's not an easy shot. The next possession, he needs a stop in the worst way. And I doubt he gets one. We'll see. His T-Mac has badge. So if he does get a stop, it's kind of crazy. Nope, that's fine. In that situation, sometimes you got to give it up. But again, Carlo greens. And that's the one thing I will say about Carlo is he greened his shots. Like, you can say whatever you want about the guy. He greened his shots today. He played well enough to win the game. And honestly, hey, he went into the fourth quarter down 5 points. His opponent started with the ball. Even at this rate, his T-Mac just fouled out the game. It's an uphill battle, right? I mean, it's a really uphill battle right now. And his KP went up on the other side of the backboard. Horrible animation for M Nose. But, I mean, this is a crazy, crazy, crazy last game right here. And shout out to Carlo for streaming this thing. But Carlo made plays. And defensively is really where he made the plays. You know, obviously right here, gets a bump steal, walks back with T-Mac, knocks it down. And Carlo kind of just took control of this game. I mean, honestly, little by little, in the fourth quarter, Carlo made the plays, whereas his opponent didn't. It really was that simple as Giannis got badged, and it was basically over from there, right? Giannis after Giannis after Giannis, and after that miss, it was basically over. Carlo 2-2-1, man. I couldn't be more happy for him. You know, I really couldn't. You know, you see his family there, and it's just, it really does make you happy. You see his mom, his brothers were there. I do believe they're his brothers. If I'm wrong, you guys can correct me in the comments, but it really was just a feel-good kind of story, you know? And it's one of those things for the community. We needed it because let's say a guy, and if you're this guy, don't get mad at me, but let's say Freight Train would have won. Nobody knows who that is, and I mean, for the community, that's not good. Now we get to at least watch Carlo in the finals of the current gen side, and at least it gives the community something for this year to get us over. The tournament was an absolute disaster, but that does not take away what Carlo did, man. Carlo used to be one of the most free wins in the world, and he went from that to winning 250. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at this stage. Oh, you guys could ask, okay, Ty, but if nobody would have got banned, Carlo probably wouldn't even have made the tournament. Okay, cool, but that doesn't matter. Carlo deserves it. Carlo deserves it, and nobody can take this moment away from him. So, shout out to Carlo, man, putting on a show for the entire MyTEAM community, man. Congrats, Carlo. All love from me to you, man. Go put on a show in the finals, man. Go get right. If you need scrims, anything, let me know. Show mad love and support to Carlo down below in the comments, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are doing that. As always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.